Tonight on special assignment, as Sierra Leone's 8-year civil war settles into an uneasy peace, we meet one of the country's most feared warriors and those who suffered in this brutal African conflict.
Sierra Leone, where 8 years of civil war have left a cruel legacy. In a shack in downtown Freetown, an 11-year-old boy prepares for school. When civil strife broke out in 1991, Sharif Koroma was 3 years old. His father was killed in the war, and the boy now lives with his brother. In July this year, Sharif went to school for the first time, but he can hardly read or write, for he is no ordinary child. Behind the face of the boy lurks a terrible secret. Another day starts with the children singing their country's national anthem. Sharif shows his respect with a salute. It's a military custom he learned deep in the jungles of Sierra Leone.
Clap for. Clap for. Clap for.
In June, the headmaster received a letter from a Catholic priest. Take Sharif Koroma into your school. The boy wants to start a new life and needs an education. Sharif was a boy soldier. Earlier this year, he commanded a group of boys on an extraordinary mission to kill innocent civilians and cut off their hands and feet.
It's no film. More shame.
In July last year, rebels attacked the town in northern Sierra Leone where Sharif lived with his parents and 10 brothers and sisters. The village was destroyed. His father was later killed. Sharif went to hide in the jungle where the rebels found him.
Most of these young children, come from very poor and destitute homes. And when you employ them, you give them food and then they are drugged. Because they are high on drugs, they can be easily manipulated and brainwashed, and they don't have enough responsibility, they don't have families. So if you send him on any mission, he will just obey without thinking twice.
Did they inject him with the cocaine or what?
I was injected. Sometimes I also was given to drink. These are the marks of the injections. So you see, I have many of them.
That's why they committed most of the atrocities, like chopping off the limbs of people, cutting their heads, burning houses and so on.
Sharif was particularly brave and was soon promoted to captain. His commander was called General Mag. Sharif acquired the battle name of Captain Cuthand.
Yes, I cut off the hands of many children.
The victims of Sharif Koroma and the other rebel units are to be found right across Sierra Leone. It is estimated that the limbs of 10,000 people were amputated during the Civil War.
You lost a limb, you've lost your life, you've lost your livelihood.
Isatu Pauw is 13 years old and one of 7 children of a farmer. In January this year, she was in Freetown visiting her aunt when the rebels came. There were men and there were boys, carrying guns, axes and machetes.
When people quit, then go to Lanui, then put food and rebel among we. The one but and behold the axe. Then cut behind them.
We can not. Again? Not. Pay attention, Bituya. We cannot.
A few weeks ago, Isapi went to school again for the first time since her hands were cut off. She and her family now live in desperate conditions in an amputee camp in Freetown. Their farm and village were also burned down, and they survive on the handouts of aid organizations.
Every day.
Sierra Leone was once a prosperous British colony, established in 1787 as a new home for freed slaves from Britain and the United States. It was once the intellectual center of West Africa and has the oldest university in sub-Sahara Africa. There are 4.5 million Sierra Leoneans, a colorful people, who lived in relative peace with one another until 1991. In March of that year, this man, former Army Corporal Fodi Sanku and his Revolutionary United Front, or RUF, went into exile into neighboring Liberia and started a civil war. It became one of the bloodiest conflicts in Africa's history.
I am Corporal Fodi Sebana Sanko. People call me Pauw, Pape. Why? Children, big people. I'm not Mandela. I'm Pape of Sierra Leone.
In the years that followed, Sierra Leone suffered a series of coups and military dictatorships. The country was destroyed and its people devastated by civil war. It became the poorest nation on earth, with a life expectancy of only 37. And yet, it is a country blessed with a wealth of natural resources and some of the richest diamond deposits in the world. Many say that it's precisely these riches and the greed that accompany it that have kept the flames of conflict burning.